lights are all set up. So now we proudly present to you the Orchard Elementary Group Page Sing Show. The Orchard Elementary Group Page Sing Show. The Orchard Elementary Group Page Sing Show. The Orchard Elementary Group Page Sing Show.
Happy Friday,
Happy
Orchard
Friday.
family.
We made it!
Woo! What a weird trimester.
Yeah, it's school's out.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, just the other day we were saying, I was trying to find a journal, and Mrs. Ray said to me, well, I think I saw it at the beginning of summer, and it's like, or whatever this has
Wait,
been.
it wasn't
like,
summer,
yes.
but we've been home a long time.
It feels like it's been a really long time, and we really miss you, and we're glad that you joined us today because we've been waiting for you to come to this place. Waiting for you to come to this place. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place.
Hi, Aaliyah. Hello, Pacheco family.
And Margaret, Miss Margaret's out
Yes,
there.
Mrs. Trujillo and Mrs. Larson. We also saw the Harris family. We're all glad you're here.
If you want to sing, we've been waiting for you. But if you don't want to sing, we've been waiting for you. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. You know, this week, we were on one of our Zoom calls, and somebody mentioned that they were feeling kind of lonely these last few
I've heard
months.
that too. I've heard that from a few people actually.
You know, if you're kind of lonely, we've been waiting for you. If you're real lonely, we could
Sing for you.
sing for you. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. What else has been going on?
Well, in one of our meetings, fourth graders were so excited to get their recorders from Mrs. Santana, and they're picking up all their things from the classroom. And we heard yesterday 2 of our fourth graders trying out playing their recorder for us. So thank you for that mini concert. We're so excited for you to keep practicing and playing and singing this summer.
If you have a recorder, maybe play that for us. And if you like to play other instruments, you could play them for us. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. It's been promotion this week. Our
Oh my
8th
goodness.
graders.
Wow, yeah. So exciting to see you all growing up and moving on to the next chapter
We got
of your
to
story.
literally watch you grow up from baby pictures to where you are now, and it was some of you are recognizable even as a baby, and some of you have changed quite a bit.
We don't usually get the privilege of being at the promotion. We're usually with our own classes, and this year we got to see the virtual promotion. Thank you to all the staff who put that together for us.
So there are some positives to virtual promotion. There we go. If you promoted from 8th grade, we've been waiting for you. And if you promoted from another grade, we've been waiting for you. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. There's been some fort building going on.
Oh yeah, we had some really creative builders yesterday. We had a breakfast picnic, 4th grade, Hopeful Hummingbirds and the Shining Sunflowers. Some people, I almost didn't see them in the call because their screen was so dark. They had such fun building these elaborate forts.
It's a good week for building a fort. It's been really hot outside.
Yes.
If you're going to build a fort outside, you probably want to build it in a pool. That could be dangerous, though. So don't build it in a pool. Build it inside. If you built a fort, we've been waiting for you. And if you are just tucked under the covers right now, enjoying your first Friday
Still in
of
your
summer,
pajamas.
we've been waiting for you. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. Waiting for you to come to this place. Wherever you're from, we're glad that you've come. We've been waiting for you to come to this place. We've been waiting for you to come to this place.
So, speaking of things going on this week, Mr. Ray has been doing a lot of practicing and writing this week. Do you want to tell a little bit about that?
So through this virtual world that we have going on right now, a friend of mine reached out to me, Casey Lipka, a friend, musician, colleague, someone I've worked with on other projects with RSVP, and she has put together a group of musicians to spend 3 days, 1 hour every afternoon, writing songs. We wrote songs together apart. So we were given, Casey gave us a prompt or an idea or maybe a little musical motif or a rhythmic pattern. And then from there, we just took that idea and went whatever direction we decided it inspired us. And I was inspired by all 3 of the different days and the prompts. But this one actually made it to a place where the song was finished. And it started with this one little idea, this one little phrase from a short poem she had written. And the phrase was, "Nothing I've seen before." And I thought about those things that you've been making and doing and creating, and this time right now that we've been having, it's like nothing we've really seen before in our lifetimes. And some of those things out there you're making and creating are things that we've never seen before as well. And maybe you've never seen them before. So this is kind of my tribute to all of you who have been creating and making and doing, whether it be a fort, a musical instrument, a box, cardboard arcade item or a game, or whatever it might be that you've been making, models, or just maybe you're just making people happy. That's what this song's about. It's called Nothing That You've Seen Before. Toilet paper tube and a rubber band, one of those plastic bread bag clamps, a blue bottle cap, a peanut butter lid, a cork with a black bean can. Bend it, shape it, cut it in two, hold it all together with some tape and glue. If someone asks what is it you made there on the floor, just say it's nothing that you've seen before. Bent paper clip and a playing card, fuzzy fabric remnants about 1 yard, a ballpoint pen with a broken nib, a pile of green pony beads with a Greek yogurt lid, clothespins, safety pins, straight pins, buttons, googly eyes, egg cartons by the dozens, sporks, spoon, bowls, paper cups, paper plates, duct tape, and more duct tape. Fold it, mold it, cut it in fourths, tighten it all up, but don't use too much force. If someone laughs at what you made, don't get too sore. Just say it's nothing that you've seen before. Zip ties? You mean to tell me you have zip ties? This changes everything. This changes everything. What? Pipe cleaners? You didn't tell me you had pipe cleaners. Well, this changes everything. This changes everything. Bits and bobs, nicks and knacks, odds and ends, accoutrements, chip gum, jump, bric-a-brac, cut-offs and offcuts, drip, drabs, doodads, flotsam and extras, jumbles of detritus, miscellanea. Apparently I need to practice a bit more. Oh, break it, hack it, cut it in tens, tear it all apart and then build it again. If someone asks what it is you do that for, just say it's nothing that you've seen before. Oh, bend it, shape it, cut it in two, hold it all together with some tape and glue. If someone asks what is it you made there on the floor, just say it's a mess. And then walk away.
Woohoo!
So yeah, it's a brand new song, and you can tell I'm still learning the words myself. It's funny, people say, well, you wrote it, don't you know the words? Yeah, well, it's different writing it and actually performing it. So, which just reminds me it reminds me to, if you have something but it's not quite finished, put it out there anyway, because maybe somebody will have something to say, or maybe it will inspire somebody else, and maybe it will encourage them to finish or to put together something that they haven't quite finished yet either. So, speaking of some things that I've been doing, we've been playing some games here at home. We like to play card games. We play all sorts of types of games, but card games are a lot of fun. And I have a very simple card game. This is more of a hide and go seek. You played hide and go seek? Oh, you have, yeah. So this card game uses 3 cards, just 3 cards. It uses 2 of the red 5s and the ace of spades. The ace of spades. All right. So here we go. 2 red cards and the ace of spades. The way this card game works is, you'll notice I'm going to take 1 card out of the mix here. And all you have to do is keep track of where that ace of spades was. So where is it now? Well, I can help you out. I can show you the 2 red 5s here, which means that this card here would be the ace of spades, if there in fact was an ace of spades. See, this one has vanished completely. Not a speck of dust or dirt remains, and I think that's because of this spade right here. See, help to remove it. I know. Let this be a reminder to you to tend to your garden as well. All right. That's all I have for that. I want to introduce our special guest. His name is Michael Leeman. He is the former director of the Roseville Community Preschool. He is a advocate for early childhood education and early child development. He's been a teacher of mine. He's been a friend, and he's also a singer, songwriter, and has worked very closely with another songwriter that we've sung many of his songs. That is Tom Hunter, and of course another fabulous person in the area of child development, Bev Boz. Well, he's here today to tell us a little bit about some of the songs he has been a part of helping create, and a little bit about how those songs came to be. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome to Sing Show, Michael Leeman.
Okay. Hello, I'm Michael Leeman, and I'm glad to be here for the Friday Sing Show. And I want to thank Jen and Josh Ray for inviting me. And they wanted me to talk about memories and traditions and maybe do a song or two. But first I'd like to read from a book that is one of my favorites of all time. I just want to read a little bit from the preface. The book is called Only the Heart Knows How to Find Them. This book is a collection of memories, and in memory there stays with us the truth of our lives. Not judicial truth, but poetic truth. Not accurate evidence, but wisdom instead. That notion we spend the rest of our lives trying to recapture. As we grow older, we tend to focus our attentions upon those things we trusted and believed in when we were children. We just have to know where to find them. I'm trying to tell you that to love our wives and husbands, to love our children, to do good work, to endure loneliness, we must have memories of what it was like to be loved, and those memories will always protect us. After reading this book and sharing with some friends, my friend Tom Hunter was so moved that he felt compelled to write a song about this book, and I'd like to sing that for you now. What do you remember from the time you were a child? Do you think of moments memory knows well? and little things like trinkets you carry with you now, that trigger stories memory wants to tell. Like the people or the places, the food, the fun and games, like family trips or chores or how you play. Is it painful? Is it pleasant? Is it somewhere in between? Are there things you always wish that you could say? May the memories wrap their arms around you. May your childhood take you by the hand. May what you remember find healing when it hurts, so the memories will protect you when they can. Let songs and smells and gatherings come easily to mind. What have you learned of love from who loved you? Do the memories need forgiveness to free them from the past and find a future you can still make new? May the memories wrap their arms around you. May your childhood take you by the hand. May what you remember find healing when it hurts, so the memories will protect us when we can. What about the children you find around you now? Are you making time to sing and talk and play? Sometimes they'll have memories of love and being loved, protection that can never go away. May the memories wrap their arms around you. May your childhood take you by the hand. May what you remember find healing when it hurts, so the memories will protect us when they can. I love that song. So after recording that song, and now it's out there in the world and people are hearing it and they're letting us know how much it means to them, how much they love it, and a question kept popping up and they would ask, well, have you ever thought about writing a song for children about memories? And the three of us, Bev Boss, Tom Hunter, and myself, we gave a lot of consideration, but we realized it's not really what children think about. They don't ruminate about the past. They don't contemplate the future. It's all about the present for them. And so it just didn't seem like it would work to write a memory song for children. But the more we talked about it, the more we realized what is real for them is, it's not about emotions, because the feelings aren't necessarily attached to memories, because they're just beginning to figure out emotions. But it's the things, the practical, the tangible things kids find and keep, those are the memories that are meaningful for children. At that point, Tom did an aha, picked up his guitar, and this is a song he wrote. I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in this box, my favorite things are there. What would I put in the memory box? Oh, I know. There's a feather in my box. I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in this box, my favorite things are there. There's some string and a rock in my box. That's a memory box for children. So if you want to get started with talking about memories and traditions with your children, you haven't done that yet, and maybe you're not comfortable with your singing voice, but here's my advice to you would be to find some shoe boxes, or make a box even better yet. Children can decorate it. And then set aside a time every day when you make a point to talk to each other, check in with each other, see what's going on. And be sure during that conversation you ask, did you put anything in your box today? And then sit back and let them tell you about it. And as time goes on, you'll realize this box fills up, and they'll keep it forever. And the day that comes when they find themselves a parent, they're going to pull out that shoebox. They're going to show it to their children. And when they see the things that were important to them when they were 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, it's going to make them a different parent. So I encourage you to get started with memories and traditions, and they don't have to be fancy. They can be simple. They can change with time, but just there's no time like the present to get started. So good luck. I hope you have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. It's so great to welcome you back to our orchard. We had the pleasure of welcoming you to Morning Sing back in November. And when we were at the preschool with our own children, we always felt like we wished we could bring some of that community to our school community. And so the day you came, I think that we had the most singing I've ever heard and seen at a Morning Sing assembly in all my years at Orchard. It was just an absolute joy. And this week we've been building memory boxes and time capsules with the kids. So, type in the comments, what are some things that you've put into your box this week? We hope you have some great ideas for us today.
Yeah, put those in the comments. Yeah, make sure to mention a few things and we'll sing about them.
Yeah.
I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there.
One of my students, they put in a bag that they built in Coloma on our field trip this year. They have a bag.
There's a bag from Coloma, and a string, and a rock, and a feather in my box. I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. Do we have some other things? A journal? We have a journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie was mining
drawing.
something. What is it? What were you saying? A letter.
A letter. Ooh, I like that. I like
maybe
that
you
a lot.
received a letter from a special friend, or maybe you wrote a letter to a special friend.
Both are wonderful treasures.
There's a letter, and a bag from Coloma, and a string, and a rock, and a feather in my box. What other things are out there? I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. Anything out there today?
No ideas yet.
In my box, there's a song, and a letter, and a bag from Coloma, and some string, and a rock, and a feather in my box. I have a box, it's an old shoe box, and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there.
This week I saw a Run-In for Rep medal. Students had urns.
Remember
this
that
year.
back when we did our virtual jogathon? That was a
Yeah,
long
they got to
time
pick
ago.
up all their gear this week, and we got to celebrate them.
I heard they got some shoes too.
It's amazing. So generous.
There's some shoes and a medal and a song and a letter and a bag from Coloma and some string and a rock and a feather in my box. There's a lot of stuff in there. I have a box. It's an old shoe box and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. I saw there's some seeds.
Oh, the seeds. Yes.
Yeah. There were some seeds in the bags this week for some of the students.
Yes.
And metal and some shoes.
Right. And a song.
And a letter. And a bag from Coloma. And some string. And a rock. And a feather in my box.
I saw one more.
I saw there was
idea
another
over there.
idea.
It vanished.
I have a box. It's an old shoe box and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. Oh, old toys.
People were sharing those on our class meeting this week.
What I love about old toys is sometimes when you discover them again, you can actually
They're like new.
reimagine them too, especially if they're old toys that you had from when you were really younger.
Building toys like Legos or
Maybe,
blocks.
yeah, and they kind of change
They
a
sure
little
do.
bit with you. There's some old toys and some seeds and a medal and some shoes and a song and a letter and a bag from Coloma and some string and a rock and a feather in my box. I have a box. It's an old shoe box and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. There's one more.
There is.
There's a sunflower. Maybe
Hello
from
to
the
my
seeds.
shining sunflowers, yes.
Can you fit
And
them all in a
photos of
box?
sunflowers.
Can you fit all the shining sunflowers in a box? That would be.
I think some people did in pictures.
Or you
Photos.
could probably get them all on a Zoom call and then shove your computer in a box. Let's try that
Zoom
sometime.
calls,
Yeah.
wow.
And
So
there's
there's,
old toys and some seeds and a medal and some shoes and a
song
and a letter and a bag from Coloma and some string and a rock and a feather in my box. I have a box. It's an old shoe box and it's just about this big square. If you come over here, you can look in my box. My favorite things are there. There's some clothes and a sunflower and some seeds and old toys and a medal and some shoes and a song and a letter and some string. We are almost home. And the rocks and a bag from Coloma with the string and the
And a
rock
what?
and a feather in my box. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can fit any more. I'm gonna need another box.
Yeah, but keep creating. You know, it's endless what you can
Yeah.
come up with, and you can keep singing it all day. It'll be
Yeah, I
an
mean,
alligator lizard.
The alligator lizard could cause some problems with some of those other things we have in there, so maybe we need a special terrarium
Some
for that.
compartment.
Right.
Some-
The other thing too is
Pierces.
I would like to
the
say,
Pierce
would like
family.
to say,
Hello, Pierces.
you have to be
Sorry.
careful because there's a fine line between a memory box and a hoarder. So, yeah, be choosy. Be choosy. Speaking of silliness and just fun, and maybe some things you saw. There have been lots of wildlife out there these days. We've been, lots of bugs.
All the gardens everyone's
gosh.
planting is just bringing in so many.
In fact, Just the
amazing
other,
critters.
like earlier, like last week, we were out looking at our chickens, watching what we call farm TV, and the baby chicks and their mama hen, they're all like playing around inside their new little enclosure and scratching around in the dirt, and the mama hen would find things and pick them up and toss them over to the little baby chicks so that they could eat them and know what to eat. Does your mom do that? Does she throw stuff at you and say, eat this? Or I don't know, that'd be kind of weird. But that's what chickens do. And so she picks it up and she throws it down, and then they all scramble around and grab it. Well, one of those things was this worm. It was like a big worm, and those chicks were like this big. And one of the tiniest ones grabbed a hold of that worm and was running around with it so that none of the others could get it, and then just like the whole thing all the way down. It was
crazy.
the craziest thing I've seen.
It happened so fast. So we just
I know.
It was unexpected.
Reminded me of this.
Yeah. This is an echo song.
This is an echo song. So we'll sing, and then you sing after. The littlest worm I ever saw was stuck inside my soda straw. The littlest worm I ever saw was stuck inside my soda straw. He said to me, don't take a sip, 'cause if you do, you willy flip. He said to me, don't take a sip, 'cause if you do, you'll really flip. So what do you think I did?
Well, you did.
I'm not always a rule follower. I took a sip, and he went down, right through my pipes. He must have drowned. I took a sip, and he went down, right through my pipes. He must have drowned.
Poor worm.
I know. I'm sorry, this one doesn't have a happy ending for the worm. And now he's gone, and that's the end. He was my pal, he was my friend, and now he's gone, and that's the end. And he was my pal, he was my friend, and now he's gone, that is the end. He was my pal, he was my friend.
Poor little worm.
It's a circle of life, you know.
It is. That's how it goes.
One man's worm is another man's treasure. I think that's how that goes.
We've been talking a lot this week about traditions, and yesterday one of my very dear colleagues, Miss McMurray, was talking about bringing new traditions to new places, and it was so inspiring. And Michael Leeman today talking about traditions and how they don't have to be fancy, they don't have to be elaborate, they can be the smallest of things that you carry with you wherever you go. And many of the songs we're singing today and throughout this Sing Show have been inspired from that community we spoke about, the Roseville Community Preschool family. We've stayed connected with so many of those friends and carried on songs and stories and things that really tie communities together. And so today, as we sing this last song, we have a very long-standing tradition on the last sing of the school year. Mrs. Baker, Mrs. Vanison's class, they sing two songs that their multi-age students sing to our oldest students as they move on to high school, and our teachers and our staff that are moving on to new adventures. So this year we thought we would just change the tradition slightly because things have been a lot different this year, and we want to introduce this new song to all of you.
It's another one from Tom Hunter and Bev Boz, Michael Leeman. So thank you, Michael, for being on the show today. Thank you for being a part of our show as well, both in the comments. And thank you to everybody who's watching this live and commenting, and who has been a part of the Sing Show since the very beginning, 10 weeks of this. And we plan to continue doing this all the way through the summer, and who knows, maybe beyond. We have enjoyed every minute of it, and we will continue to bring great as special guests and hopefully inspire you to go out there, try new things, and above all else, remember to take care of each other. So
We're going to have to write many more songs.
we're going to have to write some more songs.
It'll be a lot of fun.
This is called The Time That We've Been Together. The time that we have been together, been together, been together. The time that we have been together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember. I think we've done a lot of singing.
We sure have.
The time that we have sung together, sung together, sung together. The time that we have sung together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember.
You know what? This week, we saw some pretty cool space launch.
It's amazing, and one of my friends had said what she loved most about it is it was a reminder, I think it was Mrs. Rhodes actually, KJ, if you're out there, she said, one of our special guests, she was one of our special guests for Animal Week, she said what she loved most about it, she said she was kind of tearing up when she saw it, and her daughter asked, well, why are you crying, Mom? It's like a rocket going in the air. I mean, it's like, and she said that it just reminded her of, with everything going on, that when people come together and put their heads together to do creative and amazing things, that they can reach the stars, almost literally.
And it's a whole team effort.
You
It's
don't
not
want to
just...
actually touch the stars because
No.
you might blow up.
But you can reach for them.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Just keep a far distance.
So let's sing about working together.
Yeah,
Because I think that's what this is all about.
for sure.
The time that we have worked together, worked together, worked together. The time that we have worked together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember.
I have loved creating with students. Even though we're not together in the same room, which is my ultimate favorite time of teaching, you know, seeing you create and share, it's been a bit of magic and brought a lot of joy to me.
Creating not just projects, but creating relationships, even online, you know, even virtually, being able to share and show and tell. And there's some people out there, some students and adults and teachers out there who have really blossomed during this time to show what creative and amazing thinkers they are. So this one's for you. The time that we created together, created together, created together. The time that we created together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember.
We've had a lot of good laughs.
Yeah.
The
Time that we have laughed together, cried together, and smiled together. The time that we have laughed together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember. Let's just do the time that we have sung together.
Again?
The time that we have been
Together.
together, been
together.
Oh, sorry. The
Changed
time.
it.
That we have sung together. You just said that.
Oh,
What about we've shared together?
let's do that. The time that we have shared together. Shared together. Shared together. The time that we have shared together has gone too fast. I had hoped this time would last, that it wouldn't be gone so fast. When this time is in the past, we will remember.
Orchard family and beyond, we hope you'll sing with us all summer long. We've got a huge lineup of special guests in the works, and more singing and more joy to share with you this summer. So keep creating, keep tuning in. We'll be here.
Take care of each other. We'll see you next week.